Okay guys, hey, it's me, Uwu Swordsman, and today we're going to be playing You Think You Can Escape Me? This is like a visual novel type choose your own story game on itch.io. I'll link it down to the description if you want to try it out. I'm really excited for it, so let's get into it. The tagline for it is you start your day in the worst possible way, remembering your ex. I shiver every time. Shiver me timbers every time I've ever remembered an ex. I'm sure you can all relate. We're going to continue without the warning and the spoilers. I think it's just with having, relationship issues and stuff. When you break up with someone, you need a little adjusting. It is not enough just to forget, You can't just forget. How can you? You think you can? I'll show you you can't. I mean, it is difficult for both parties naturally. One might argue that it's more difficult than mastering dark magic or learning an entire spell book. How many times have I gone through a breakup and I pulled out the tarot cards? I don't know, too many times. Let's say you are a boy. Let's pretend that you broke up with your totally normal mortal girlfriend. And let's assume that you took your time and you're okay now. Not perfect, but you get on with your day. You still have your hobbies like watching dragon fights or dwarf soap operas. Two of the manliest hobbies anyone could have. So safe to assume you get by just fine until suddenly... See, now we get to choose, guys. You have a nightmare or you hear an old tune. I think I'm gonna have a nightmare. You have a wicked dream, the kind of dream that just messes you up for a couple of days for no reasons, just for fun. Like if God pulled a prank and made you dream your ex just after you forgot about them, but you'll be damned if you ever see her again. No, sir, you left her for a good reason. And now your day is ruined. Good job, team! But you are quite stubborn, so you don't let this ruin your mood, or at least you pretend not to. Sometimes you remember people from your past, right? I mean, yeah, you went to witchcraft detox therapy to forget about what happened, but you seem nervous. You decide to go outside for a stroll to get rid of your spiraling thoughts. You try to reason with yourself. What are the chances of meeting her? 100%? I mean, quite low since she was banished into another realm. I gotta pick the sassy option because I'm a sassy queen. There's no way. Wait, I got really distracted by the drawing. It's so cute and pretty. Okay, cool. There's no way. Like, wasn't she trapped in another dimension or something? You lied to yourself. And now that you started thinking about her, you suddenly start to feel all sorts of emotions. Like you miss her, you feel guilty for leaving her in that forest, you miss her. You're definitely not glad that you broke up with her. And, did I mention that you miss her? On your stroll on a crowded street, you spot someone beautiful. OMG, it is her. I mean, she is. She is really pretty. Maybe I'm stupid, but let's say hi. You rush over to approach her. You open your mouth and immediately regret it. You greeted a stranger. So embarrassing. You know this is gonna haunt you every night if you don't do something about it. Try to save the situation. I saw you on the street and thought you were cute. Let's date. Oh my god, that's how I riz people up. I can't lie. Hello, I am new around here. Could you tell me where the closest public portal? Not the closest public portal. You know what? I'm the Rizzler. This gotta work. This is embarrassing, but do you want to go on a date, you ask? Sure, she tells you. Guys, everybody loves honest and direct communication. Am I the Rizzler or what? Oh, okay, I'll go. Wait, what? You cannot believe this worked. Wait, you thought to yourself, it did work before, on your ex. What are you doing? Are you recycling the same lines? Now that you think about it, they do look similar. Same hair, same purple eyes, same sense of fashion. You are drawn to her. It is possible to be her, your ex. But how could this be possible? You start to detangle what happened the last time you saw her on that cursed night. The smell of burning wood intensifies. You feel like you're suffocating. Oh wow, she really left you out of breath, didn't she? Lucky guy. You try to patch yourself together how she used to look like. But now all you're left with is a blurry memory. All is lost but a strange sensation of ironic nostalgia. How could you miss someone like her after all she's done to you? You tried to remember how your ex looks like, but you failed miserably. Regardless, you are drawn to this clearly unidentified stranger, so maybe you sorta have a type? Just saying. You decide to investigate, play this cheeky charade so you can uncover the truth about your relationship, because really, who doesn't remember what their ex looked like? It is quite rude of you. You should find a way to apologize. Okay. I don't. Well, who cares if it's our ex? Let's just court her. I don't know. I don't know if we need to be figuring that out. We can figure that out along the way, okay? We are pretty silly if we don't remember what our ex looks like. You have such lovely eyeballs. No, eyes, you say, unfortunately. Smooth, Casanova, you think to yourself. She doesn't seem to budge. In fact, she seems used to this, like somehow she is accustomed to your quirks. She fills you with a warmth, a long-forgotten feeling. You talk for hours to no end. You watch her as she explains to you the wonders of necromancy, about the power of a sacrificial ritual can be harnessed, and the marvelous ways it can be used, like eternal beauty, political power, or probably the most powerful thing, making someone fall in love with you. This seems strangely wonderful. You enjoy this, even though you've heard this before, probably from school or something. Continue the date. Should we flirt or should we analyze her? We're gonna get into the analytics of it all. Come on. You scan her up and down. Your eyes meet and you see a deep indigo color full of sparkle that imitates the night sky. Inside them, a burning fire that penetrates your heart. You start heavy breathing. Is it hot in here, or is it just me? You start feeling a little dizzy. You are fascinated by her. How could such a being exist? She eludes a mystic aura, one that enchants you. Was she ever my girlfriend, or did I wish for her to be? Is she a mirage formed by my longing to love? You ask yourself. She seems like the missing piece of your puzzle, like the other half that you didn't know you had, the magical, spellbinding half. Were we ever together? Would you like to be together? Are we in a dream? I mean, I don't. Maybe saying were we ever together is maybe a Rizzler type thing to say. Were we together? You don't have the courage to ask that. It would be too scandalous. This feels perfect, a bit too perfect. You try to remember when the last time you felt like this, but not even the time you went wand shopping with your ex made you feel this way. An eerie atmosphere settles within you. The air becomes thinner. You feel light, absorbed into her eyes. She has the same captivating gaze, the same gaze that made you fall for your ex, that made you follow her to that cursed forest. But nevertheless, a simple gaze is not enough for you to miss her. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here now, would we? But who knows? Maybe tonight is the night you meet someone that doesn't want to use you for a ritual. You laughed, right? Right? Like, that's gonna happen? What? You didn't laugh? Talk about being hopelessly romantic. You fall for her even more. She speaks with a loving tone that grabs your attention. Your heart's pounding. You need something to win her over. It's oh my gosh, courage potion. Plus 1,000 charisma. It's just wine. Funny fact, whenever I play Fallout or any game where you have stats, I always buff up my charisma. Baldur's Gate, Fallout. I can't think of any other games, but it worked out in Baldur's Gate because I wanted to be what did they call it? It wasn't a wizard. Maybe it was just a spellcaster. I can't think of it. A sorcerer? Okay. We got to get back into the game. Attraction potion. Why do you have that with you? Why do I? Let's take a courage potion. Let's chug this bottle of wine. You ask the waiter to bring your finest courage potion. He rolls his eyes. After 5 minutes, he brings you a glass of wine that you just chug up your throat. Very classy. We love class here, don't we? Your courage level increases 100 plus points. You seem more confident in yourself. She seems impressed. Continue. Try to remember what she used to like. Find out what she likes. Let's find out what she likes. I don't know if they're the same or not yet. You ask her what her interests are. She looks at you perplexed. Did I ask her that before? You really don't remember, do you? Okay, Fine, I'll tell you, she says. I enjoy reading spell books, going on long romantic walks through cursed graveyards, and chemistry, potion alchemy. Oh, and sometimes I dabble in witchcraft, but I'm more of an amateur, really, she continues. Oh, my ex used to like the same things, you replied. She gives you an odd look. Guess she didn't like that. Yeah, I don't think we should be bringing up our ex dates for real. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people like that. That was not the Rizzler. That was not me. That was not my choice. It's been so long since you've been on a date, you think. That's why you're so rusty. You become infatuated with her. Her hair, the way she speaks, all leading you to her. It's inescapable. All the hardships you've endured, like burning from the fire, the sadness of leaving your ex, the moments you've shared. Even when she brought you to that forest, all were meant to be in order to get here. Maybe I've managed to get over here. You lie to yourself, whatever makes you happy. You watch your date closely. Your every move leads you closer to her. You feel like you belong with her. It must be love at first sight. A strange spell. A drink. Sorry, guys. Water break real quick. A strange smell of burning wood starts bothering you. You feel a bit dizzy, your vision's getting blurry. You start to forget in what place you are currently. The only thing you can see is your date. OMG, wait, are you drunk on love? You feel strongly attracted. You must win her over. Win her over? But what about finding out if she's my ex? Don't choose the second option! Wait, is the third option an option? Let's win her over. You bring out your biggest guns, random pop culture facts, guaranteed to win everyone's hearts. Me when I just info dump on people I like. Stop messing around. You are such a tease. Does all this smoke make you feel dizzy? Try to breathe it out. Look, love is simple. When you are with someone you like, you kiss them, you cherish them. I mean, I feel like I like to be asked if you want to kiss, you know? I'm not just kissing people randomly, so let's cherish them. Absolutely right. You cherish them forever and ever and never let them go again. She blushes. You seem to be thinking the same thing. Inexplicity. Oh gosh, they used a word. They used a word I can't say. A celestial power compels you to stand closer to her. At this point, you're not even sure if you're moving on your own. Your mind is too blurry to think by itself, which feels oddly familiar. The smell of burning wood intensifies. The light is getting dimmer. A cold wind blows you gently. Wait, are you outside? Your date looks at you when your problems start to melt instantly. But also your clothes. Why worry when the night is going so great? She's so beautiful, she looks like she's glowing. The warmth of her light embraces you. Or maybe that's just all this fire. When your mind becomes weaker, you can still muster up one thought. You must win her over. You must never let her go. You keep repeating that to yourself. I must win her heart. Why do I keep repeating this? Maybe let's think. Let's use our brain a little bit. Wrong answer. You cannot escape the incantation. It's already too late. You hear a melody of an enchanting hex. You hear the voice of a woman controlling every fiber of your body. Do you still remember how it goes, or do I have to spell it for you like last time? With your last remaining strength, you try to break free from her incantation. It's too much. Give up. Can I get a little dice? Can we roll a check? What do they call this check? Sorry, I'm not a D&D gamer. I only played Baldur's Gate. Let's try to break free. The hero magically Yeah, right, like that's gonna happen. Don't even think about trying that again. You think you can escape again? Do you really not like me at all? Like, come on. I always thought you were cute. It is always too late. It's already too late. You are fascinated by her to the point of becoming obsessed. Win her love. Flirt. Flirt, but second option. Did I mention flirting? Oh, I guess we're flirting. I thought I was being the Rizzler, but I think she's manipulating me, guys. You bring her a bouquet of roses. Out of nowhere? I mean, that's the power of love. She is impressed. Head over heels. Satisfied, she proclaims, "It's finally working. Not like last time. Now you'll finally be mine." Did she just say something? You ask yourself. You're too dazed to even hear her. But focus. It's a date after all. You bring up the courage to ask her, "Would you like to be together? Are you my ex-girlfriend?" Let's ask her, "Are you my ex-girlfriend?" You finally decided to ask her that. Who does that on a date? Why would you ask that? I mean, would it make any difference? She asks. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can't you see? She continues. "All right, please continue," you answer. Her words and immaculate logic resonates with you. It doesn't matter what was in the past. I mean, you don't even remember it. Your memory was magically wiped clean the moment you saw her. All that matters is the sacrifice will be a success and that you'll never leave again. It is time. Go ask her. Ask her to be together. "Would you like to go out?" you say to her, a little shy. You're nervous. You keep overthinking. It is too sudden. You don't even know why you did that. The entire time you've been acting out of character, like you're being possessed. The smell of burning wood stops. All you can see is smoke. And what seemed to be a forest before, between the smoky ashes, you see a girl gazing at you lovingly. "I thought you'd never ask," she says. She accepts. Of course she accepts, you silly. Since we've been together already. I mean, since you insist. You're making this completely out of your own will. So romantic. How could I refuse? Now the incantation has been sealed. So we decided to go with your idea and go out. Try again, you silly. Okay. I guess we're not supposed to fall for her. She's a manipulator. We'll try to see if we can get out of her grasps. That's one of the endings we found, though, guys. I don't think it helped that I was like, who cares if it's my ex? Let's rizz her up. Okay, I'm gonna try to get us another ending. Give me 1 second, guys. Guys, if my posture is silly, it's because I got a comfy chair instead of a gamer chair, and now I can lay back in it. It feels so good and nice, and honestly, I feel like I would be good at ASMR if I didn't randomly start yelling and giggling, because this is a really cozy story so far. So, we're going to try to get some of the other endings. It says there's 3 main endings and a 4th secret one. So, let's try to hit some other little options. You hear an old tune. You hear a song that your ex used to like some kind of sick joke. You just turn on the radio and poof, the song is fine. Great harmonies and a witchy vibe, but you just start to hate it. Too many memories attached. You feel sick even hearing it, and now your day is ruined. Great job, team! But you are quite stubborn, so you don't let this ruin your mood. Or at least you pretend not to. Sometimes you remember people from your past, right? I mean, yeah, you went to witchcraft detox therapy to forget about what happened, but you seem nervous. You decide to go outside for a stroll to get rid of your spiraling thoughts. You try to reason with yourself. What are the chances of meeting her? Let's see what 100% does this time. 100% chance of that definitely not happening, you lie to yourself. You start shaking. A sudden flashback appeared before your eyes. You, her, an enchanting song, a burning forest. Why did you suddenly remember your best date? On a crowded street, you walk past a familiar face. A memorizing sensation compels you to follow her. The air is filled with a familiar smoky smell. You feel as if someone is whispering into your ears, controlling your every move. You chase after her, not knowing why. Maybe you want confirmation, maybe you want closure. You get closer, and it's the same black hair. Perhaps? Let's not say hi to her. We're going to ignore her this time. Forget it. You wish you'd have the courage to confront her, but you end up dropping it. I mean, what would you say to her? Now you feel nostalgic. You hum the same tune as she used to, remembering a feeling of warmth, a fire burning in your heart. Like literally. You suddenly start to hear the strange melody at a potion cafe. You remember how catchy it is. You must admit, she did have great taste in music, right? Enter the potion cafe, escape the X, walk past it, go as far away from the X as possible. We gotta go far. They're gonna go into that potion cafe. We are I was gonna say we're gaslighting ourselves if we think she's not going into that potion cafe. So we're gonna get as far away as we can. You avoid the potion cafe, too crowded anyways, plus that tune is way too familiar for your taste. You walk past the crowds and go to the park to try to calm yourself a bit. You seem a little too paranoid for your liking. In a twisted irony, you remember the last time you went with your ex here. Oh boy, did that go well. You search for a bench so you can watch the sunset in peace. But the park is swarmed by fairies enjoying the nature and by werewolves playing in the dog area. Try the bench near the lake, the bench near the rose garden. No romance here. We're not going towards the rose. Well, I guess I guess roses and the lake are romantic, but I would argue that the rose garden is more romantic than the lake. You try the lake. You remember how you used to watch the mermaids swim peacefully with your ex. You've also remembered how she used to cast a spell on them so they would stop singing. She was always a little jealous, but she had nothing to worry. I wouldn't look at another being other than her. But that's of course because she made it impossible since she put a charm on me. As you approach your spot, you notice that it's already been taken. But that can't be right. When did she come to the park, you ask yourself? You feel bummed out that your ex stole your bench spot. Seeing her again made you full of emotions. It disturbs you. How could she even be here? You sworn that the last time you saw her she couldn't have escaped that fire. You feel conflicted. A warm, burning sensation fills you from the top to bottom. The guilt, but also the relief of leaving her. The odd feeling of missing her. The burning doesn't stop. A weird smell of burnt wood starts playing with your nose. Just ignore it, like you ignored the red flags. Okay, how about another location? We're gonna go to the sports area. I was gonna say what kind of woman likes sports. Just not me, okay? I don't know if witchy girls are into sports. I apologize if you're a witchy girl into sports, though. You go to the sports area. Oh, yes, the smell of sweaty dwarfs working out is definitely what you were looking for. I mean, what is more relaxing than this? You feel the adrenaline rush, or perhaps it's a tiny bit of paranoia. You were always the anxious type, so you try to ignore it. You go to the bench and, are you kidding me? She's there again. How is it even possible? Why is she here? Did she learn how to teleport? Since when was she ever into any sport besides broom riding? You know what? Never mind. This is absolutely unbelievable. At the back of your head, you sense an anomaly, like something is not right. Your gut tells you to run away. Yeah, good idea. We're running away. Wrong! What are you, a coward? This is a public park. Both humans and witches are allowed here. No need to make an exit. All this mindless walk around the park has made you dizzy. Yeah, that must be it. You feel a bit weaker. Haven't had anything to eat and you're starting to feel a little lightheaded. I mean, now's not even about watching the sunset. You just need a bench so you can rest. It's a bit odd. You don't feel your usual athletic self. Plus, you think you're starting to have allergies? Not sure. You've never had any sensibilities to fairy dust. But somehow you feel your nose more sensible than usual. A weird smoky smell keeps lingering. Just how your ex keeps lingering. What? What do you mean now's not the time for a bad joke? Keep searching for an area. Try the food and potion courts. Try sitting next to the trees. No potions. Let's go to the trees. Even though witches love natures, I can't believe I said natures. I meant nature. I can't believe she went to the dwarves playing football. I know she's stalking me. I know she's not rocking with that. You go closer to the trees looking for a bench, thinking that a nice scenery will help you ease your mind. But everybody knows that they're enchanted. These trees are especially good for making brooms, potions, and cinnamon. What? You thought I was going to say another witchy thing? I think spices are a little bit witchy, though. Anyways, you remembered how your ex used to bring you around here, measure the area, blabbing about sacrificial rituals, and so on. Apparently enchanted trees are the best place for a summoning hex. You go to the spot, finally going to sit down when Yeah, you guessed it. It's her again. How? You cannot shake this unsettling feeling. Your paranoia starts to grow. For how many times does this need to happen to know that it's just not a coincidence? This cannot be real. Something is happening right now. You feel your stamina getting weaker. Your vision's getting blurry. Now, mister. This is what happens when you don't get your 8 hours of sleep. The burning smell starts to intensify. It's so bothersome. It's starting to cloud your judgment. Now you don't even care about finding a bench. You need to lay down, calm yourself a bit. In a brief moment, as your mind's rushing, you try to analyze things. How can you see her everywhere? You wander mindlessly. Are you about to lose your mind? Let's not be too hasty. Still probably a yes. You are a rational being. You cannot be shaken so easily. Yeah, right. Does a rational being need to tell themselves that they're rational? You try to reason with yourself. This is a public park, a space open to everyone. Of course you would be here. It's not like I got a protection charm from the magic brigade for stuff like this, or did I? Why can't I seem to remember? Despite the painful feeling of deja vu, you try to compose yourself and enjoy the rest of your evening. You know what? Desperate times call for desperate solutions. If you see her everywhere, just close your eyes. Duh. Now get up. Oh, you tripped and fell. Oh, so that went well. When you open your eyes, you try to find another spot when you notice that all of them are taken. That's odd, you think to yourself. Did this park shrink or something? Your dizziness continues to taunt you together with that annoying smell of burning wood. A weird feeling keeps following you. How could you see someone everywhere? You must be feeling really weak. You keep thinking that nonsense. Silly you. You don't think you would have noticed your ex actually being everywhere? You're probably just imagining things now. Even tough when you feel weak, you go around the park carefully so you don't bump into her, but somehow your ex keeps popping up again and again, or so you think. Your eyes also start to betray you. You feel like you're only seeing her. Everything else melts into a smoky fog. You can't recognize anything besides her. Now you don't know why you even went to the park in the first place. And for what you've been meaninglessly searching for, hours wasted. So annoying. You know what? Screw this. You don't need that bloody park anyways. You exit the park and the first thing you see, it's, you are too annoyed to even say it. Say it. Get this over with already. It's her. I mean, you should have expected this by now. Why on earth does she pop up everywhere? A hot wind touches your face. You run up. You could have sworn you've left the park, but suddenly you're surrounded by enchanted trees. Maybe you got lost trying to find the exit. You become tense. You feel your sanity leave your body. You start to have a hard time discerning what is real and what is not. You turn around and try to go home, but she is there, everywhere. You try to leave the forest, but unfortunately you keep seeing her. At the bus stop, at the coffee shop, near your flat. OMG, how? You start seeing her everywhere. You feel hopeless. What is the meaning of all of this? And not to mention that every time you want to go somewhere, the burning wind snatches you up and sends you into a forest. You keep blinking and poof, you're right there with her. As you walk trying to make your escape, you start having a hard time trying to figure out where you are. Your eyesight keeps getting worse, but somehow your ex keeps getting clearer. She radiates a beaming light, a burning force similar to a fire. It starts to overpower you. Everywhere you go, at every corner, you keep seeing her. Her gaze keeps finding you. You know what that means, right? You must miss her. It is the only logical reason. Think about it. It's not unusual when you miss someone to keep seeing them. It means that subconsciously you miss them. It's your mind's way of telling you something, but this is a little too extreme. You probably miss staring into the abyss of her deep indigo eyes. This is probably just what you've mindlessly been searching for all this time, just a chance to see her again. Now hear me out. Why else would you start seeing someone so frequently? You really miss her, don't you? We're gonna say I don't know. We're not gonna say I guess. You don't know what on earth is happening. You start to lose control over your own rationality. You probably miss her, just saying, since you see her literally everywhere on the street. I mean, the signs are there. You're right, I definitely miss her. Why is that the only option? You don't seem convinced. Let me explain this to you. You definitely miss her. You are just too lovesick to notice this. The burning smell stops in an instant. You look around and can't seem to make out anything than what seems to be the place burnt down completely in front of you. Your ex is staring at you with a loving look. I mean, come on. You must have at least missed this, right? How does this make any sense? I'm pretty sure I would have noticed missing someone you try to argue with me, but you can't. It's already too late. I'm in your mind now, and you cannot escape me. We will be together forever. I mean, I did miss you. The first choice is just wishful thinking. OMG, shut up, babe. I'll just hypnotize you. It's easier this way. And that's how we lived happily ever after. Try again, but remember you cannot run away from me. Wow. I can't believe we failed. I felt like I was doing so good, guys. I kept just trying to run away from her, but it wasn't working. I mean, I guess now we know why my Riz worked on her, because she really, really wants me. Maybe that Riz wouldn't have worked on a random person. I feel like confidence is key. Okay, guys, we'll try for another ending, okay? Hi guys, it's a new day, which means we're gonna try to get the last two endings. I got a headache, unfortunately, in the middle of me recording this video, like last time, but I feel good today. I drank my water, I ate food, so let's try to get the other endings. There's two more. There's a secret one, and then I think like a bad one. The not true one. What do people usually call it? So I think I need to remember my ex-girlfriend so I don't fall for her manipulation tactics. She wiped my memory or something because we keep thinking she's just a random girl on the streets. So let's do We Hear an Old Tune, because I remember that reminded us of our girlfriend. And then, what are the chances of meeting her? Maybe we should say 100%. 100% chance of that definitely not happening, you lie to yourself. You start shaking. A sudden flashback appeared before your eyes. You, her, an enchanting song, a burning forest. Why did you suddenly remember your best date? On a crowded street, you walked past a familiar face. Okay. A memorizing sensation compels you to follow her. The air is filled with a familiar smoky smell. You feel as if someone is whispering into your ears, controlling your every move. You chase after her, not knowing why. Maybe you want confirmation, maybe you want closure. You get closer, and it's the same black hair. Perhaps, let's forget it. We don't want to talk to her. You wish you'd have the courage to confront her, but you end up dropping it. I mean, what would you say to her? Now you feel nostalgic. You hum the same tune as she used to, remembering a feeling of warmth, a fire burning in your heart, like literally. You suddenly start to hear the strange melody at a potion cafe. You remember how catchy it is. You must admit she did have great taste in music, right? Okay, I think last time when we tried to go far away, I don't know. I feel like we were kind of doing good until we went into the forest, but maybe we'll just go to the potion cafe this time. Let's try to escape our ex. So you decide to enter it. You get in line and you're about to order a venti energy potion with extra fairy dust or a grande werewolf blood potion with no added sugar. I mean, I'm an energy drink girly myself, so let's go with the venti energy potion. A venti energy potion with extra fairy dust. You hear a voice repeat your order. You turn around fearing the worst, knowing that you've just heard it's definitely your ex. I mean, what would be the chances that your ex is in the same potion cafe? What? Girl, we just said that she goes here. We're gonna say it's definitely our ex. If we remember, then hopefully we avoid her, right? Okay. You hear a voice repeat your order. You turn around, fearing the worst, knowing that the voice you just heard, it's just a woman. Ordering like a normal person, you want to muster up the courage to talk to her, but you feel a little rusty. I mean, makes sense. When was the last time you went out with someone? Oh, yeah, your ex. Well, at least it can't get any worse than ritualistic sacrificial dates, am I right? Your eyes meet, and if by magic you both read each other's minds, ask each other out for coffee. It is quite mystical. The stars align for you. Just by magic, you tried to avoid your ex only to meet someone that is oddly similar to her. Same hair, same purple eyes, same sense of fashion. You are drawn to her. You both sat down and started talking. You feel like it's a cosmic match, as if you knew each other for a lifetime, as if she was reading your mind. You initiate the conversation. I used to be hexed, be an occultist. Let's remember that we were hexed, baby boy. Be cursed some time ago, but I went to a black magic detox therapy. I was recommended the best fairy to get treated. A witch cursed me because I tried to break up with her. I've never really meant to break her heart, but she was a tad too insecure and clingy for my taste. She was always watching my every move, always going on about eternal love and how easy it is to obtain it through a sacrifice. But did she ever think about the price that demons have these days? A sacrifice in this economy? Jeez. You blabbed uncontrollably about your ex. Fortunately, your date doesn't seem too bothered by this. Oh, that happened to me too, she says. I think everybody goes through their dating a witch phase. The oddly matched memories makes you feel even more understood. The sun was setting as the atmosphere became more unearthly. You start becoming captivated by her. The entire world dissipates. You can only see her as she beams a radiant warm light similar to a fire. Wait, really? Can she do that inside? Oh, we've been magically conjured outside in a cursed forest. I see. Her beauty and all the smoke in the atmosphere is taking your breath away. As you stare into her eyes, you start to notice something. Your date starts to act weird. Too pushy. She laughs, gives you a sinister look, leans in closer to you. Your heart starts pounding. Maybe you shouldn't have had the extra spicy taco for lunch. You start panicking when she suddenly says, "So, what made you break up with your ex?" Don't be too revealing. Be honest with her. Wait, why did I break up with her? Should we be honest with her? Maybe if we're honest, she'll just leave us alone, right? I don't know. I feel like either one would be a good option, but I feel like we should be honest. She had the tendency to be too possessive. I always had a feeling she was watching me. Yeah, right. Like, you're so perfect. I think your commitment issues have something to say about that. She doesn't seem too convinced. You can see her eyes are throwing daggers at you. Your heart's racing and you start gasping for air as the forest is thoroughly burnt to the ground. Maybe you should have answered honestly, so let's try again. She asks you if you still miss her. Well, do you? What? Of course not. She will always have a place in my heart. She seems way too invested in this. Something is fishy. I was going to say she will always have a place in my heart, ease her pain, but also I don't think that's going to work. So maybe we need to think that something is fishy. I mean, is it even appropriate to ask this on a first date? You seem intrigued by her. Here she is, invested in your backstory. The fire starts circling you, and you can see her giggling uncontrollably. She is indeed pretty when she smiles. She looks at you with a mischievous grin as she summons the demons. Wait, she can afford demons? Oh wow, that's impressive. Maybe this isn't so bad. She starts speaking in an ungodly screeching voice, very girly. Maybe you still have feelings for her. Maybe you guys should get back together, she says. This doesn't feel right. Here you are in the middle of a ritualistic hellish fire, but her words just send a chill down your spine. All this talk about your ex made some pretty unpleasant memories resurface. She notices your concerned look, saying, I just wanted to check if you're okay. I'd hate to see you skip meals. Caramel vampiric potions don't count as food, she confessed, still in a demonical, infernal voice. How thoughtful and nice of... Wait a minute, I never told her about my favorite potion, you say to yourself. What do? Let's confront her. I've never told you about my favorite potion, you say on a serious tone. You are already too impatient as you're worried about what is happening with your mind. She seems agitated. The demons back down. They seriously don't want to get involved in this. You're tense, confused, and slightly nervous, and just can't seem to shake this eerie sensation of deja vu. You start going crazy having all these recollections. I've only told a single person about my favorite potion flavor. No, don't tell me. It can't be you. Let's ask her the truth. Okay, you got me. She confessed everything. You were right. It is your ex. It is her, flesh and blood. Talk about obsessive, am I right? But you think to yourself, this is kind of cute and endearing. OMG, I cannot believe someone did this for me. No. What the hell? This is called stalking. Or it's something even worse. I'm calling the cops. Let's call the cops. Guys, I think we are cooking and we're about to get the secret ending. Wrong answer, you cheeky little devil. You tricked me all this time, you say to her. Guilty, she said as she blushed. Now you definitely find this endearing, like you have to. It's kind of too late at this point. I mean, read the room. Romance is in the air. Your ex-girlfriend turned into someone else just so that the two of you can go on a date again. If that's not romantic, then I don't know what is. You are impressed by her skills and her perseverance. And totally not scared, you decided to give your relationship another try. And that's how we got back together. Try again, babe. Oh my god. Okay, we have to cook. We weren't cooking there. Maybe no potion cafe. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I tried to get all the endings, but unfortunately, I was made to be manipulated by a goth witchy baddie, I can't lie. Because I couldn't get that secret ending, and I'm assuming the secret ending was to get away from her. Maybe I need a little guide on the game, and maybe a little dark mode. But otherwise, I really did like the game and the story. I was very intrigued. It was silly. There was some silly options. I love that in my games. I did have to be a man, but that's okay. I really got into my male character, didn't I? The audacity of me to kiss a girl on the first date. I'm sorry, I'm being so silly with this ending, but I did really enjoy the game. So if you guys want to, I'll leave a link down below and you can check it out, because unfortunately I couldn't get all the endings. I tried so hard. I did. But if a guide comes out, I will definitely do it, either on YouTube or off YouTube. But thank you guys for watching my video, and if you liked it, please leave a like, maybe even a little comment, and maybe even subscribe. Okay, bye guys!